You're listening to Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast. I'm Turi, along with Marci Persky. There are a lot of ways to do shopping, especially holiday shopping, but possibly the worst is if you know there's somebody waiting for you in the parking lot. Also, how to not give advice to people who should really take your advice. I tried to do a little bit of DIY holiday shopping, which is to say some stuff that I had bought that, needed to be framed or needed to be stuff that people had made that needed a little more oomph to it. And of course, I should never, ever, ever go shopping with the spousal unit waiting in the car.
Oh, God.
It was my own fault. I was using him for manual labor for something. And then on the way back from the manual labor assignment, I said, do you mind if we just stop at TJ Maxx? So there's something about knowing that someone is waiting for you. I realize that there are some women, possibly men, but I think usually women, who don't mind at all having somebody wait for them on the bench of shame in the clothing store or in the parking lot. But there's a little voice that I didn't even realize that I had in my head that says, someone is waiting for you, hurry up. And I don't know how to make that voice shut up. So I ended up buying a picture frame that if I had just not known that someone was waiting for me in the parking lot, I would have turned over and realized that it was broken. So now I have to go back. But it's just a lesson in being clear about my disability. My disability is to ignore people who I know are waiting for me. I cannot do it. It's a skill I've never learned. I know that the spousal unit, who's time compromised, doesn't give a crap who's waiting for him. He just carries on.
See, Frankie, nothing drives Frankie more nuts. And I mean absolutely nothing. And there are a lot of things that drive him nuts, by the way. But he hates shopping. And he is so annoying that I can go with a list written down and not buy a single thing because he's just annoying the crap out of me. So I have learned to only shop where there's a bar nearby with a TV set or at least some dumb game where he can sit and have a beer and complain to a bartender about his wife shopping and be perfectly happy.
Oh, what a great idea. This podcast is so practical.
It is, isn't it?
Yes. I never thought about that. And then the other possibility, which of course I thought you were going to mention, is you do all your shopping online and then just stuff shows up at your house and he has no idea how it got there at all. But at least you can say to him, hey, you didn't have to come shopping for any of this, so enjoy.
That's still happening.
Of course it is. You're still on the influence of expired drugs, so of course it is.
Yeah, and the bank account is shrinking. So now I'm to the point where, look, I ordered this stuff a month ago.
Back when we had money.
Yeah, back when I was actually working. So somehow I forget about how much money immediately disappeared from the monthly budget when I decided to really retire for real.
You're screwed now. You're screwed now.
I know. And I was thinking of you the other day because I'm at the grocery store trying to stay within my budget. And I was thinking, I wish we had a Costco or even an Aldi or even a Save-A-Lot or anything like that.
Yeah, you're really screwed. It's true. But you love the weather up there and you like it that it's quiet.
I do love it here. It's quiet. I love the quiet.
Yeah, you can hear all the money draining out of your bank account. Yeah.
And my goats and all my babies and all these weird yellow birds that are flying around right now.
You're going to stay up there spending extra money and freezing your socks off because it's quiet.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Ha ha.
Actually, there is another adult in the house that needs to get a job, so.
You know she'll find one, and without your help and intervention, she might even find one that doesn't involve driving around with a truck full of vomiting cats.
That's true, too.
Okay, so I do have something I want to talk to you about.
Yeah?
Have you ever had a friend where you knew that they were considering a really crazy business decision and you can't stop them?
Yeah, unfortunately.
And you just have to say to yourself over and over, this is not my problem. This is not my problem.
But you feel like a bad friend
Well,
because you think,
this is a newer friend, and this person is considering buying and you know, we have our little apartment building that we bought because radio is so crazy. You want to have some money coming from somewhere else, right?
right.
So we know a little something about having a building and managing the people in the building, which is a big part of owning a building. You have to deal with incredibly stupid and yet important stuff. Like one of your tenants has a husband who will soon be her ex-husband, but who likes to bring his laundry over and leave it sitting wet in the washing machine for a day and a half so no one else can use it. And that is an annoyance that you get to deal with so the other tenants can use the washing machine. But that's it. It's a business thing. But if it's a friendship, then you're right in the middle of your friend and her divorce and the friendship and possibly the biggest business investment of your whole life. And that's sticky.
Yeah.
So I'm practicing learning how to shut up. I'm working at it really hard, but failing.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Right. Because all of a sudden that mix of business and friendship, that almost never goes well.
Exactly.
But here's this new friend of mine saying that he would really enjoy owning a communal kind of multi-unit building with his friend. And here we are kind of jumping up and down going, that's a terrible idea. Just terrible idea. Don't lose control of your life. Don't wreck your friendships. Just buy your own thing. And this person is like, no, I'm just exploring my options. You can just see them like walking up to the train tracks, and the train is way down there, and they have a chance to lie down on the train tracks and then get up again, but you kind of have a feeling that they might not. And so you just have to turn and drive the other direction because there's nothing you can do if they're bound and determined. There's nothing.
No, all you can do is like prepare a giant banner for when it all goes bad.
No, not the I told you so.
And
No.
Up on the front of the building.
No.
I told you so.
No. Sometimes I'm wrong. Almost never.
Never.
It looks like this person wants to do something altruistic and lovely and fun. And I just know what will happen. It will.
Reality.
There is no crystal ball, but I have this crystal ball. This crystal ball belongs to me, and I can see it.
Does it say yes, no, maybe when you shake it?
It just says no.
Remember those magic 8 balls?
Yeah. Yeah, and they were right a third of the twice. Well, 50% of the time, if you count maybe is whatever you wanted it to be.
Yep.
If you count maybe.
My life is maybe right now.
Yeah.
But yes, it is frustrating to see a friend make a big mistake, and there's really nothing you can do.
But remind yourself of all the stuff that you did that people tried to keep you from doing. If you've made it this far, chances are you've been enjoying Turi Ryder's She Said What podcast, in which case you might also like my book, She Said What, A Life on the Air. You can find that at your neighborhood independent bookstore or on Amazon. Marci and I really appreciate your good reviews wherever you care to leave them. Your kind words help the podcast grow. Thanks.